I'm hoping that I'm able to edit this video in a way that I can put all this stuff together so that you understand it. Hi, how you doing? My name is Andrea. I'm a Take Shape for Life health coach, and welcome to the MetallicaMom kitchen. How are you? Everybody knows about Sandy Bass, don't they? Sandy Bass is a lovely little woman, tiny, she's this big. She has a blog that turned into a very big deal. She was one of the first people to transform the Medifast meals into something that they weren't originally intended to be. And she also does a lot of lean and green meals. I tell all of my clients to go to Sandy's Kitchen Adventures. All you have to do is start to Google Sandy's K, and all of a sudden Kitchen Adventures come up, which is very cool because that doesn't really happen to me. It does happen to her. She's been around a long time. Not that long because she's only 29 years old. Anyway, I don't frequent Sandy's website all that much, believe it or not. I love her to death and I love everything that she's done, but I like to keep my stuff very, very super simple. I know that I have transformed a lot of Medifast meals on film, digitally, sort of, on YouTube for you guys. And I will occasionally do that. Most of the time I eat the Medifast meals as they are directed on the package. I have to be honest with you. I don't do it on a regular basis, meaning transform the meals, because a lot of times it has condiments in it. I don't really want to add condiments. I don't really want to add lean. I don't really want to add calorie. I like to save all that stuff for my lean and greens because I usually eat 2 lean and greens a day. But everybody talks about the shake cake. Oh, the shake cake. The shake cake is so wonderful, and that is great. I do believe that the shake cake is great. But I don't like the idea of putting baking powder in it. Baking powder is actually considered a condiment in the eyes of Take Shape for Life. So I don't want to take one of my condiments, even if I'm only using a half of a condiment. I don't want to take that away from my lean and green or from something that I'm going to taste and experience. But Medifast and Take Shape for Life also have a food on their menu plan that is pancakes. And the pancakes are very light and fluffy if you make them correctly. If you don't make them correctly, they don't really come out light and fluffy. They come out kind of like a crepe, which is not an awful thing. It still has a great taste to it. They have 3 kinds of pancakes. They have original, chocolate chip, and spiced. I'm going to be using 2 different kinds today. I'm going to use the chocolate chip and the original. I'm actually going to be making 8 meals because if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did 4 muffins in 1 pan in a video. I'm going to do that again. I'm actually going to be making 8 muffins in 1 pan. There's going to be 2 muffins of each variety, and I plan on freezing these, okay? I feel confident freezing these and then eating them days from now because I am going to be adding egg. I have big eggs here. I've got big eggs. Sandy has a shake cake recipe that has 2 tablespoons of egg beaters. On her website, that doesn't count as anything. She didn't count it towards the lean, she didn't count it towards the condiment, she didn't count it towards the fat. Egg beaters, I was under the impression that egg beaters were kind of like egg whites and egg yolk mixed together, but the Take Shape for Life lean list shows egg beaters to be the same nutritional value as egg whites. So there's just a little bit of incontinuity, lack of continuity when it comes to this person says this and this person says that and that company says this and that label says that. So when we're talking about the small amounts that I'm going to use today, we're going to go general. I like going general. Go general. So what I'm going to do is I have 4 bowls here that all look like this. These are 2 of them and then there's another 2 of them. I'm going to be putting 2 packets of Medifast food into each bowl. There's going to be a pancake in each bowl, and there's also going to be a pudding, triple berry smoothie, there's a hot cocoa, and there's a shake, regular old strawberry shake. So I have 2 chocolate chip pancakes. I'm going to use the 2 chocolate chip pancakes with the hot chocolate and the pudding, and I have the original pancakes, which I'm going to use for the triple berry and the strawberry. Okay, as you can see, I have 2 meals in each bowl. Now I'm going to mix these 2 things together. I'm adding 1/4 cup of water. I'm praying that that's enough liquid to make these 8 little cakes. This is going to be 8 meals. If you had 2 a day, it would be 4 days worth. If you're on the 4 and 2 and 1, meaning 4 Medifast meals, 2 lean and greens, and 1 snack, this is 2 days. But they're all going to be sweet. I don't know if you want all of your meals to be sweet. I don't usually do it that way. I usually swap them. I usually do like sweet and savory, that kind of thing. You could also make your sweet meals into savory meals. Message me below, I'll tell you how. I have no idea how people do this program without a kitchen scale. I have no idea. Mine is still perfectly good. I don't know, March 2014, I think. So it's like over 1.5 years old. Still haven't changed the batteries. Still works perfectly. Because I want this to be even, I want all of the nutritional value to be consistent throughout all 8 of these cakes. I am going to go ahead and weigh this out. It's not going to take me really any more time. So I'm going to be adding 1/4 of this mixture to each of the bowls. I put the bowl on the scale and then I zero the scale out. Yeah. I gotta be honest with you, all 4 of these needed different amounts of water. 3 tablespoons of water here, 4 tablespoons of water here, 5 tablespoons of water here, which is the pudding, and 6 tablespoons of water here, which is the hot cocoa. So I'm going to be putting these into the pan now. I use this now. This actually has a little bit of flour in it, but for some reason it does not have any carbohydrate. I don't know. I have to do it this way because I don't know if there's something wrong with this spray bottle, but it comes out too fast and too aggressively. Okay, so this is really interesting. This has the least amount of water and it's sunk down and it looks the most wet, right? This is the triple berry smoothie and an original pancake. This is the strawberry shake and an original pancake. This is the chocolate pudding and an original pancake. Chocolate pudding and a chocolate chip pancake. And this is the hot chocolate and a chocolate chip pancake. This has the most amount of water and it looks the puffiest, right? The most whipped up. It's very, very interesting how they have different textures. Yeah, this is like a lot of money here because this is 8 meals. And I know that they're all going to be fabulous. And because they have egg in them, whole egg, not egg whites, egg yolks have a little bit of fat. Stuff lasts longer when it's refrigerated or frozen if it has fat in it, right? So this stuff is going to last me a long time, unless it's delicious, and then it's only going to last me 1.5 days. So I have a 350-degree preheated oven going right now. I'm going to pop these in for about 10 or 12 minutes, and then I'm going to see what they look like. This is exactly 12 minutes in the oven at 350. Now, I cleaned this off. I'm actually going to put a little bit, see what I mean about this spray thing? I'm going to put a little bit on here just because I don't want the plastic to drag and ruin the cakes, okay? Check it out, next to my face. That's 1 meal. It's perfect. I love this pan. Yeah, I do. They feel kind of heavy too, which is nice. So I used 2 eggs in 8 meals. 1/4 of an egg in each. You do the math. That's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I didn't use Medifast eggs in here, so that means that they're not gonna like retract the same way and look like shriveled up testicles. I'm gonna cut 1 of each of these into quarters because it's time for me to eat a meal, and this is a meal, and if I eat 1/4 of each flavor, that will count as 1 meal. This one has like a gradient of color. Do you see that? Nice, right? This also has chocolate chips in it. I mean, it's a little bit rare in the middle there, but that's fine with me. I like my cookie dough raw. I like my cake dough raw. It's fine. You see this? I have no cleaning to do. I can hardly tell which ones were baked in and which ones weren't. I'm going to taste them in the order that I talked about them, okay? This is a quarter of a meal. This is a triple berry smoothie with egg and pancake. If you like scones, you will like this. It gives you that catch in the back of your throat. Like with the sun-dried tomato bagels. This is fabulous. Now, I just recently did a food swap with one of my clients. She lives local. She lives a couple of towns away, whatever. And she gave me a ton of triple berry smoothies, and now I'm gonna tell her to take some back because I think that she should try it this way. Again, I didn't use Medifast meals in here for the eggs. I used a quarter of an egg in one meal. Yay, okay. On to the strawberry. I like the triple berry smoothie better. This is not bad, but on Sandy's website, when she does the shake cake, she also does a little thing with cream cheese icing. This could use that. This is a little bit dry. It's actually not as dry as the triple berry smoothie, but for some reason, there's a bitterness or something. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. Totally gonna eat it, totally gonna enjoy it, you know? On to the hot chocolate with coffee, delicious. Honestly, if I had my way, with milk. It's a little dry. It's got a little bit of that sponginess to it. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I still like the triple berry smoothie the best. Okay. And one more, chocolate pudding plus the chocolate chip pancake plus egg. That's my favorite. Again, the client that I did the swap with, she doesn't like any of the puddings. She doesn't like the chocolate pudding. I'm like, huh? What's wrong with you? My favorite is the chocolate pudding. And I'm not a huge chocolate fan. My second favorite is the triple berry smoothie. My third favorite is the hot chocolate. And my fourth favorite, my least favorite, but not bad, is the strawberry with pancake and egg. Okay. On a side note, sort of, if you felt like you were making a recipe that you saw on my channel, and you felt like that recipe needed a little bit of water, go ahead and add the water. If you want to add something that doesn't have calorie or carbohydrate or fat, go ahead and add that too. If you have any questions about any of my recipes, you can ask me, but chances are if you're asking me if you're allowed to add more or less water, I might not even answer, because it's kind of, if you need to think about it, it's not really a valid question. We're allowed to have as much water as we want. Granted, you shouldn't take something that's like the consistency of mashed potatoes and turn it into something that's a consistency of, I don't know, gravy, and think that it's gonna cook up the same. It's gonna cook up a little bit different. But try it. Just try. Try. Don't be afraid. Look at what I just did. Don't be afraid to do this. What's gonna happen? You're gonna have to put cream cheese on everything in order to eat it? Is that any worse than what you've always done? No! I'm not telling you to put cream cheese on everything. I'm just saying that if something doesn't come out absolutely perfect, it's okay. Just eat it. It's just food. Okay. Okay, so now what do I do with this confusing concoction, right? I still originally made 8 meals, so I have to make 7 meals out of this. Guess who I am? Guess what I'm doing? Guess how you can get me? Bye!